This Red Sox starter is beginning the year on a historic pace. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Red Seat Radio. My name is Corbin, and yesterday was another pitiful game for the Boston Red Sox. The offense was absolutely asleep at the wheel. The defense, while there were some absolutely excellent plays at points during the game, absolutely fell apart at the end of it, and the bullpen didn't look too great either, making for one sad Patriots Day game. But there was one really big highlight to the Red Sox game yesterday, and really to start the 2024 season, and that was one Kutter Crawford, who right now is making history beginning his 2024 campaign. So what we are going to do in today's video is we're going to break Kutter down. We're going to talk about what he's been able to do this season, why he's been so good, what history he's been making for the Boston Red Sox, and ultimately what this could mean over the course of 162. But before we get into that, do me a favor. If you haven't already, make sure you guys have hit that subscribe button. We talk Red Sox content almost every single day. Also, make sure you guys have hit the like button on this video as well. Helps these videos out a ton, and it would mean a lot to me. We are also going to be live on this channel tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern time, to watch the Red Sox take on the Guardians. We're going to try and right this ship with the help of the Red Seat community, so you aren't going to want to miss that. Again, that's going to be 7 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow night on this channel. Thank you all very much for clicking on this one. Let's get into it. Coming into the 2024 season, there was a lot of hype around Kutter Crawford, at least within parts of Red Sox Nation. A lot of people saw what he was doing in 2023 and said, yeah, this dude has the making to be a mid-rotation type starter for the Boston Red Sox, and I think he's going to take a big step in 2024. There was a lot of that going around in our Hot Takes video. That's exactly what a lot of people said. However, I don't think anyone was expecting the start to the 2024 season that Kutter Crawford has had right now, because right now Kutter has appeared in 4 games or started 4 games for the Boston Red Sox, and in those 4 starts he has just a 0.42 ERA, which is currently the second best ERA in the entire sport, only behind Paul Blackburn of the Oakland A's, who has 0 in 1 less start. His FIP is currently at 2.24, which is higher than his ERA, meaning there is a bit of luck involved on the mound, but still a 2.24 FIP with a 0.42 ERA is extremely impressive. His strikeouts per 9 are currently the highest of his career at 10.1. His whip is well below 1 at 0.797, meaning he's giving up less than 1 hit or walk for every inning he pitches right now, and that's good for the 8th highest in the entire sport. That's between both relievers and starters, not just starters alone. But it's not just his ERA that he's top of the league in. His ERA plus right now is at a staggering 1,014. No, that's not a typo. He has literally been 914% more productive on the mound than the average pitcher in Major League Baseball to begin 2024, which leads the major leagues by more than 500 points. The next highest ERA plus amongst all starters in Major League Baseball is in the high 400s. That's absolutely ridiculous. He also has not allowed a home run this year, which is tied for the major league lead, and his current Baseball Reference WAR is sitting at 1.5, which is currently the best in all of Major League Baseball amongst pitchers, and tied for 3rd best in the entire sport, just behind Mookie Betts and Bobby Witt Jr. That's some pretty impressive company, and to say he's off to a good start is about as big of an understatement as you can make right now. And to make things even more impressive, here are his pitching values according to Baseball Reference. His least valuable pitch is his off-speed run value, which right now is still in the 83rd percentile, meaning his worst pitch, his least valuable pitches, are still 33% better than the average pitcher in Major League Baseball, and his overall pitching run value, yeah, that's in the 99th percentile, meaning only 1% of pitchers in the entire sport, that's both starters and relievers, are more valuable on the mound when it comes to run prevention than Kutter Crawford. And while he's doing all of this and being a basically superstar to start the year in Major League Baseball, he's also making Red Sox history while he does this. According to Sox Notes on Twitter, Kutter is the only starting pitcher in Red Sox history to allow 1 or fewer runs and 3 or fewer hits in each of his 4 starts to begin the year. He also has the lowest ERA for a Red Sox starter in 4 starts in a season since the Rocket Roger Clemens did it back in 1991, where he had a 0.28 ERA. So, not only is he one of the game's best pitchers, he's also making Red Sox history while he does it. What's possibly causing this change for Kutter Crawford? Well, one of the big things is the way he's approaching his pitch arsenal. Last season, he relied mainly on his fastball and cutter to get swings and misses while mixing in a slider, a splitter, and a sweeper with a knuckle curve as well. This year, he's changed that up a bit, possibly due to the help of Andrew Bailey. I would say most likely due to the help of Andrew Bailey. He has taken that sweeper that he uses in 2023 at about 6% up to 35% pitch usage. It's his most used pitch to start the 2024 season, and he's getting a lot more swings and miss as well as getting a lot more weak contact. Combine that with his fastball, which is one of the best fastballs in the entire sport, and you've got a 2-pitch arsenal right now that matches basically any other elite starter in the game when it comes to swing and miss potential. And that's a big reason why Kutter Crawford's been able to start the year as one of the best, if not the best, statistical starting pitcher in the entire sport. The question is, what does this mean for the Red Sox, and what should we expect out of Kutter Crawford over the course of an entire 162-game season? Obviously, this only means good things for the Red Sox, right? When you talk about Kutter Crawford's impact on the 2024 Red Sox so far this season, I know it's still super early. Every single aspect of it is extremely positive. What's really interesting to me about everything the starters have done this season, which is a league-leading ERA, by the way, is that going into 2024, everyone, including myself, said that on paper, the biggest weakness of the Boston Red Sox will by far and away be their starting rotation, right? The Red Sox were essentially going to have to win despite their rotation. However, we're now 16 games into the year, and the Red Sox biggest and really only strength to start the season has been that rotation. And what Kutter Crawford's been able to do in this rotation has by far and away been the biggest factor as to why they've been so dominant. He has been the Red Sox ace to start 2024. And obviously, I mean, there's nothing for the Red Sox to complain about here. It's all positive impact for the Boston Red Sox. But what does this mean in terms of the entire season, and how should we expect Kutter to look the entire year? Well, to be honest with you, that ERA probably isn't going to stay below 1 the entire season, right? That's just baseball. At some point, he's going to have a bad game. Statistically, it's going to happen at some point this year, and that ERA is going to jump up at some point, probably pretty close to what that FIP is being, which means there is a very legitimate chance that Kutter Crawford ends this season with a sub-3 ERA. However, I think there's one major factor here that we just really don't know how to predict, and that's how many innings Kutter's going to throw in 2024. Last year, Kutter threw his most innings at the major league level throughout his career so far, and that was just over 129 innings. Throughout his entire minor league and major league career, the highest amount of innings he's ever thrown is 143 back in 2018 between low A and high A baseball. This year, the Red Sox are going to go into, and really Kutter Crawford himself is going to go into uncharted territory with the amount of innings overall they are expecting him to pitch, because the Red Sox are probably going to need, I would say, bare minimum 150, probably closer to 160, 170 innings out of Kutter Crawford. And already what you're seeing throughout these 4 starts, despite him being statistically the best pitcher in the entire sport right now, is once he gets a little bit deeper into games, that effectiveness diminishes a little bit, right? Last game yesterday, we did not see that all that much, which is an encouraging sign, but in his first 3 starts, we did see that. Once he got towards the 5th inning, or really into the 5th inning, he started to diminish a little bit. What does that look like in the second half of this season? What does that look like once he gets past that 129 innings? Is it as dominant as we're seeing right now? Is it a little bit less less dominant, or is it not dominant at all? We simply do not know because we've never seen Kutter Crawford get into that inning limit before. We've never seen him throw more than 129 innings, which to me means that we're in completely uncharted territory. We have no idea whether or not Kutter Crawford can actually do what he's been doing so far this season over the course of 162 games. And then you've got obviously injury concerns, which I'm not even going to mention in this video because I don't want to put that out there. That would absolutely crush the Boston Red Sox. But either way, I don't really know what to expect from Kutter over the entire year. The peripherals right now look absolutely incredible. It's really, really encouraging to see what he's doing on the mound. I don't expect this level of production for the entire season, but right now, I can't help but sit here and expect at bare minimum a sub-4 ERA for Kutter Crawford coming out of 2024. I would say best case scenario here, and honestly, again, like I said, realistically, there's a chance that he comes out of the 2024 season with a sub-3 ERA, cementing himself as one of the Red Sox top pitchers. I think that's entirely possible for Kutter Crawford. It's hard to argue with what he's done so far. It has quite literally been a historic pace. So let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think? What do you think of Kutter Crawford's start to the 2024 season? Do you think it's something that he could continue to do over the course of 162, or do you think there's some cracks in his game a little bit? Let me know what you think of Kutter's historic start to 2024 in the comment section down below. As always, if you made it to the end here, make sure you guys have hit that sub button. You clearly enjoyed it. You might as well hit subscribe. We talk Sox almost every single day. Also, make sure you guys have hit the like button. Again, it just helps these videos out a ton and would mean a lot to me. Don't forget about the live stream tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. And if you enjoy these episodes and you want to listen on the go, these episodes are now available on Spotify as well. Thank you all very much for clicking on this one, and I will see you in the red seats.